Hello, I'm back. Yeah, today is Monday, February 21st, 2022 at 10:56 a.m. in the morning. Well, today is the last day worth of breakfast that I have, the last day worth of oatmeal to eat. And so I haven't eaten yet, but I'm going to. But that'll be all the breakfast I have. And then I guess later on I'll have canned beans, rice, and I have this one bit of canned chicken, and I guess I'll have that later on. But um, so I went to the fake dirty front mission, waterfront mission, and they, they were prepared. Like the black man at the front entrance, he was kind of rude and talked to me like I'm dumb and lack common sense. And then, um, and then the guy with the white guy with the wearing a black shirt and red pants. Like if you know the color coding or the symbolism with gang stalking, um, just because a person wears black and red doesn't necessarily mean that they're gang stalking, always. But a lot of the times, yes, especially if you're the target and you know that that's a place of gang stalking and they've treated you like that before. So the guy gave a bogus script, lying and saying that, there was only 8 pieces of mail with the letter G. And he refused to even hear me try to spell out my last name. Oddly, today they didn't even ask me for my ID. So he probably went in the back and called the handler and was like, "Hey, she's here." He probably contacted Alex Dupree or something like that. You know, so I got to get my doggone tax returns, and so um, y'all can see for yourselves. So on the way riding to there, I had gang stalking activity, like a lot of one headlighters and maybe one or two vehicles with funny headlights, but almost every other vehicle had one headlight. And it's like, well, I didn't want the Uber driver to get mad at me and figure, oh, you filming me or something like that. But I didn't film, so I just rode along and just mentally took note. So I just mentally took note of so many one headlighters and the first Uber driver, I've rode with him before numerous times, and I didn't say much of anything to him. He wasn't mean today, but usually he has been kind of a little rude before and like a narcissistic abuser, but not exactly a perp. But then on the way back, the I recently wrote a short story about somebody named Walter, and here this man named Walter picks me up, and he's wearing a red shirt and a black jacket, but he didn't. An older man named, you know, but he didn't act like a perp at all. He didn't act a certain kind of weird or funny, but – he even said it was a shame when I told him how Waterfront Mission, they keep withholding my mail and playing with my mail, and I was trying to get my tax returns. So when I try to get the other piece of mail, um, he told me, I'm glad he told me that, see, Waterfront Mission was open today. And I totally didn't even realize that, oh, today is President's Day and the banks are closed. But, um, so he told me that the bank was closed. And so I switched the location instead of going downtown to, I'm not the bank, I meant to say the post office. So I switched switched it to go downtown, and from going downtown to coming straight here, and the price didn't even change. It stayed 11.40. I thought the price was supposed to have been reduced to like $8 or something. So I wasted about $20 blank trip just to get no mail due to the gang stalking. And see what I mean? And then the online perps be like, Candy wastes money, or she takes other people's money and mismanages it and spends it all on food, like fancy food and fancy hotels and stuff, which is not true. So I never even got to, you know, I never even paid for a fancy hotel off of other people's backs. So, when I would anticipate bad weather over the summer, and I was working at Seville Quarter, um, it's like a couple of downtown hotels. It's like that was the cheapest I can find, or that I knew of. And most hotels and motels I'm banned from because of my targeting. So I heard that hotels and motels are more expensive during the summer, but during the winter they have cheaper rates, and you can get weekly rates over the winter. But then after that, it's, they stop with the weekly rates and then raise their prices for spring and summer. But it works out because it can be more affordable for homeless people, or if people want to take a winter vacation, they can vacation for a cheaper price. And it's good for if homeless people can stay out of the cold. So I did not realize it was President's Day, but Waterfront Mission was open. They had mail that stacked away from maybe a week or two ago that they could have given to me. So after this tax battle, I'm never going. I don't plan to. I need to find I cannot get a PO box because of me. I think I talked about this yesterday. I can't get a PO box because they won't give a PO box to homeless people in certain cities and states, I guess. So I'm just doing a daily documentation of my targeting life and my homeless life as a single disabled female, targeted individual. And so, when professed targeted individuals, before they become a perp, or before you find out who they are, they'll act like as if they want to encourage you to go and take with my work money, encourage me, go ahead and treat yourself for your birthday. And then when they get mad, oh, she took other people's money and wasted lavish on her birthday and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, I used my own work money for that hotel, and I had booked the hotel before my birthday even came. And it was with my work money. And then it's always after or somewhere around my birthday that all these hurricanes come back to back, which I had no control over. But Hurricane Ida was after me and my twin sister's birthday, and I was stuck out there. If you wouldn't live out in a hurricane, why do you think I should be expected to live outside in a hurricane and then laugh at and mock my suffering? And then when I call you out on it, oh, you want to line up with the perps and say that you're Christian. If y'all have, I know I spewed out a lot of videos within the past couple of days, especially with intense gang stalking already this morning. I don't even have to leave my motel room and dealing with the harassment and abuse. So, and it amazes me that they do have paid perps who play both sides, and they get paid to pretend that they're targeted, and then they go around perping and abusing people. So, and they work tirelessly and work hard to convince people against the legitimate target, who's not an who's not a corrupted perp, or who's uncorrupted and didn't flip and sell out. So, it's like they'll talk to you like they're genuine and tell you all the ropes about how the perps do and be supportive, and then suddenly they slowly and gradually start to change, and then once you figure them out, that's when they got their smear campaigns prepared for you. So in the middle of the night and last night, I did like a couple of videos, explaining, more of the smear campaigns, lies, and false rumors. And, bad enough with us. I mean, it's like an exact week before me and my twin sister's birthday, I was forced to quit my job due to the gang stalking and workplace mobbing. I was going to quit on August 13th or August 14th, one of those days. But a few days later, it's like, okay, I've had enough. But I would try to stick on a job for as long as try to hold on for as long as I could. So, I mean, the perps lie and say that old Candy's a scammer and a fraud and stuff. So, me documenting, this is what I spent money on today, or this is what I ate today. They want to try to reverse it and try to make like, oh, all she talks about is gang stalking, food, and money, and all she does is beg and complain. So so I mean, I'm angry that there are certain things I want to say, but I'm blocked from saying, or I can't even say it. But I always got my doggone blog. So, well, anyway. But I'm just showing y'all documenting where I am financially. And, if you never donated the money to me, it's not your business what I spend it on. You being a busybody in other men's matters, try to talk about, oh, she always doing videos on food and stuff. Well, you got a problem with that, then don't watch. And then I look on your channel and you showing off fancy food. But then want to use that Bible scripture as a weapon against me, talking about, using the Bible scripture, whose God as their belly and their end is destruction or something like that. You know, so it really amazes me how these perps want to pretend like they're against witchcraft, and then they pretend like they are, you know, they pretend like as if they support the Bible, but then behind closed doors you see they're perping and abuse. But then they'll warn you against everybody else, but then um, they'll pretend to be on your side and warn you against everybody except themselves. And then they turn out to be more deadly and more of a danger than the people that they want pretending to warn you against. So I have under $30 left in the bank, and I guess tomorrow I can use it, hopefully, to try to get my other mail, and I can try to get my other mail, hopefully, and then I don't know if I may be penny broke, but I don't know if any jobs will call me this week, or and then I wouldn't have the money for transportation to get to and from any other job interviews, or if they were to call me in to start me for a job, I don't have the money for that. And you just don't want me to live or exist. All of a sudden when I'm saying that I'm struggling, and then you reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm perping you, when I have been, it's just a doggone mess. The projection, the gaslighting and projection that they do, and then they reverse it on you and say it's you with the one who's with the gaslighting and projection, and people are just blinded to the truth. And I'm tired. I feel like as if I'm losing this tug of war with multiple perps and fake TI perps, or TIs that turned into perps. And the first thing they want to do is run and hide behind the Bible. And then they twist and pervert the Bible to suit their smear campaign agenda against you, and make it like you're the worst and most horrible, despicable so-called Christian, while they practicing witchcraft behind closed doors. And then make it like, and then they use projection and lie and say that it's you the one who's the witch and stuff like that, when I practice no witchcraft, at least not knowingly. I'm just trying to freaking survive day to day. But y'all are bitter as fuck that I have not sold out like y'all did. Like, y'all the ones who couldn't handle it or couldn't take it no more. Now, the same people who condemn me and say Candy's a scammer and a fraud and stuff, y'all had GoFundMe up too. Some of y'all. Or y'all got y'all Cash App and stuff too. If you live in a high life and a rich life, what you need to receive Cash App money for? And so, a homeless person staying out of the cold in a motel, if it's be rainy and cold all the time, they consider this luxury. I can't even get, there's no affordable housing over here. So they won't come out and admit that they want me to die homeless on the streets in bad weather. That they think I deserve to be punished with starvation. So one morsel of rice to my mouth is such a greedy pig. So after tomorrow, I definitely won't have enough money to be able to go back to my storage unit and put all my stuff up. And then at the same time, you know, Friday is supposed to rain. And then supposedly Friday through next Monday it's supposed to be back cold temperatures again. So it's easier when you do have a car. You know, so I mean, I figured that, you know, if I had a car, if I could have a job or a side hustle delivering packages or running errands or something. But I don't know. So I calculated that uh, if I were to get a scooter, and if I were to rent a scooter and try to do DoorDash with the scooter, um, basically I'll be just working for nothing if I use that scooter to DoorDash. So, but you know, with the car, you can put more things in the car, so you can deliver packages. You can, you know, transport people. But the way I can't be a people person because of the gang stalking, the cab companies don't want to hire me, or they give me a hard time, or you know, if they do allow me to be on board with the cab driving, they'll set me up and give me a broken, fucked up car, and then turn around and blame me for it. You know, when the car just got out of the shop, and then, you know, if I drive somewhere and then perps give my cab, the cab that I'm driving, they give me a flat tire, or they give me a car that where they just took it out the shop, and you give me a broken car, and then the moment I turn on the ignition, all the warning lights are on in the car, and I tell them, you know, when all the warning lights are on the car, oh, you did that, or if the car breaks down in the middle of the road, oh, they ignore my calls and leave me. It's just a big mess. While other cab drivers, they just drive any and everywhere they want to go, and they getting paid. But you know, you stranded and set up with a broken car that they gave you, and then they blame you for it. And then they deliberately give you a car that guzzles so much gas that you got to put $40 in every hour that you drive around, eating up, and you can't even make much any money. I mean, I'm saying from my past experiences in New Orleans, you know, with the crooked cab companies, more like in Jefferson Parish. And then I come here and Z-Trip, the Z-Trip owner won't hire me because I'm homeless. And then he acted like he wasn't going to tell me, but he been trying to withhold for a long time. So he's a Masonic perp, a narcissistic Masonic perp. And so I mean, I could have been back on my feet, but so many setbacks, so many holding, you know, depending on other people to hire me, you know, I'm never getting anywhere. But here I'm trying to promote my short stories, and other people say too that, hey, I'm hoping I can make a living off of my writing, you know, with the short stories, or if they got novels and stuff. And it's like the more satanic you are, the more you promote witchcraft and occult and new age, that's the more praise, support, and money you get. But if you try to promote Jesus, you get ignored. Nobody pays attention to you. So, you know, if you can write like a short fiction story about somebody turning their life, I mean, they're living like a sinful lifestyle and then turning it all around to Jesus and improving their lives and stuff. People don't want to hear about that, but I saw on Twitter somebody had a novel called "The Gospel of Witchcraft" or something like that. I'm like, whoa, really? Like somebody create their own fiction novel and call it "The Gospel of Witchcraft" and then giving a perverted story about Nephilim in the Bible and stuff. So that's why I try to tread very carefully with the so-called writing community. And those are the ones who get the most followers, likes, retweets. People buy their books. They got high positive reviews on their books and everything. But people like me just buried and nobody really pay attention, you know. But I'm just trying to find ways to survive wherever I can. And, you know, I'm sick and tired of false rumors about scamming. So my time is just about up.